Okay, I think
I
we're good.
I got you.
So they'll be able to hear us now, because this is the funnest thing ever. No, stop. Why are you like this? There we go. There, now it works. Oh god, why is there doubles? What happened?
Uh-oh. No!
Get out of here. There we go. That one stopped moving. Oh, there we go. I fixed it. There's always some kind of like chaos in the background. I was doing the interview with
Always.
Sam, which was fantastic, by the way. I absolutely loved him. It was wonderful. But
Did you see the GIF that I posted
why did it
representing
come
you?
back? Oh, I know what it's doing. You need to get out of here. I see. I
Uh-oh.
see. No. I got it. It's
You
the
got it.
YouTube City Mix Social thing doing that. Which yeah,
Oh.
so that was absolutely lovely. But I could hear myself through the whole thing because I don't know what was different. I messed up something in the audio, so I had to hear myself for both of us to be able to actually hear each other. So I was every time I was talking, I was like hearing myself in the background, and it's just that's awful, and it sucks, and I
Oh,
hate it.
yeah.
But you know,
No.
it worked out.
Yeah.
Worked out.
Oh, Dapper from the live chat. Shush is a perfectly normal human who can be trusted near your valuables and passwords. Of
Correct.
course you can be trusted. What
Yeah.
makes you think so? Why do you have to state it, Dapper?
Definitely,
What?
definitely human. 100%. Definitely human.
Shush, did you see the gif I put in the all chat of you jumping around in your house? That little teeny whiny thingy.
Yeah, I took a nap.
Yeah.
Oh, hey!
That's
Hi,
good.
everybody! How's it going?
Hey!
Welcome to Dumb Facts
Oh!
Friday.
Oh, we are back from the dark days into the light.
The 90s, when there was no internet.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta say, I took a nap. It's like, internet's not working. I can't do my show. I have no idea when it's gonna be back. It's 4 p.m. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Best idea ever.
I did get the
Best
layout
decision.
and stuff set up for the next Goblins Lair video that is like a video, not an interview, which is happening on the 13th with Trevor Vale, which is going to be awesome. I am so looking. That's going to be.
Yes.
I'm so hyped for that. That's going to be so much fun. It is just two chaotic people just coming together to talk about fucking over other people in a game.
Yes. Yes.
And so I'm looking forward to that one, but the communication layout, video layout, I have actually got pretty down, so that's going to be ready soon. I actually did a little bit of art yesterday too. Well, the entirety of Ontario had no well, 50% of Ontario had no internet because that was a Rogers thing, not a Bell thing, and they're totally not a conglomerate at all, and definitely don't have a duopoly where they totally don't work together. Fuck everybody over. I don't know what you're talking
They
about.
don't. That's funny because like in India, what some companies do is they share infrastructure. Like they lease
Right.
out infrastructure to each other.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a
Bell and
it's a
Rogers do that. The problem is that it's only Bell and Rogers, and they will red tape anybody else trying to get in. Like, there's a reason why we don't have Google Fiber, and it's because Rogers and Bell tried to red tape them out, and they succeeded. It's been in Parliament for a really long time to get that fixed, and they just haven't succeeded in doing
Oh
so
wow!
yet.
Talk about monopoly.
Yep.
That's
Hey,
not
welcome,
good
welcome.
for a capitalist market. It's not good, is it?
We're
Talking about
from
capitalism.
we're from the past. This is actually
Yeah.
it's actually Friday. Once the stream is over, time is gonna jump back forward again, and we'll be live with.
It's not Sunday at all for me, guys. I'm still it's still Friday for me.
We're gonna have after this at 6 p.m. my time. We'll have Egghead and Jeff Holiday on to talk about guns. That'll be a fun conversation. So yeah, make sure to come back for Debate Hub a little bit later tonight. But okay, hello, hi, hello, hi. I'm glad you could make it.
Hello.
I finally made it. It only took me a whole extra day. The internet came back at 1 a.m. my time. I was going
Oh God.
back to bed and my phone just and I'm like, oh, the internet's back.
Notifications.
Half of them were Manya being like, where are you?
Hey, listen, I was worried. I was like, where did my goblin go?
Oh,
I went to Shash's mom and I was like, hey, can you contact her? I'm getting worried. It wasn't even an hour. I think so it was just 45 minutes like
yeah.
after the stream should have started. And I was like, hey, Icky, can you please contact Shash and find out what's going on? She's like, why? I'm like, I'm worried. Why are you worried? Because she usually comes back quite quickly. I was like scared of getting on her bad side, and I was just like, "Can you
Oh.
please, please?" And she's like, "Oh, there's a nationwide outage of internet." I was like, "Ah, okay, now I get
Yeah,
it."
that's something my mom wouldn't really necessarily notice right away unless she went looking.
Yeah, but we kind of bonded over making fun of Shesh jumping around, hopping around in her house in frustration. So I sent the same gift to her, and she was like, "Lol, stomping goblin," and I was like, "Yes, now you get it. What we do in her server. That's what we do.
Lol,
That's the
stomping
mode."
goblin. Gotta remake that GIF, but with a goblin instead. All right, so we've got a member requested video here that was sent to me, and I put it on. I watched a couple of minutes of it, and I was like, "Why do you hate me?" This one's from Alicia, and I'm wearing my D&D hat. It got the
Ooh,
D20 on it.
nice.
When we're doing D&D stuff.
Oh, nice.
I'm my
That's so sweet. That's
I'm my
so
D&D
cute.
cat. So all of Canada without internet. It wasn't nationwide. It was Ontario. So
Yeah. It was
which is
statewide.
like a really large portion of the population of Canada is in Ontario. So okay, and so part of this is gonna be like the beginning of this is basically this guy just shilling his book. I don't know if this guy's book is any good. I'm not familiar with it. I'm gonna let him shill his book because we're gonna be like ripping apart everything else he has to say. So I was like, let him shill his book. So if you're interested in this guy's book, go for it. I don't know. You ready?
Yep. Yeah, let's go.
Oh,
Let's go.
let's
Let's go.
go.
I got it.
Hello, this is the RPG Pundit, the final boss in Internet Shitlords. And before we get started today, Sword and Caravan.
Oh, he's got a pipe. Oh no.
Wow.
He's going full neck beard. All right, let's
We got
go.
Sherlock Holmes in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't notice that at first. He's got like a sweating teacup that's steeping tea, and it's okay. Let's go. Let's go.
My new best-selling setting book for adventures during the Third Crusade and the Silk Road. It's usable for OSR or any D&D based game, especially good for Lion and Dragon, obviously. It is now, it's already a bestseller on drive-through. It's now available in print in Amazon. It's in print on drive-through also, but you can also get PDF on drive-through. So for those of you who didn't want to use drive-through, you can check it out on Amazon. It's now available. Also, I've released yet another product. RPG Pundit Presents number 107 from Spectre Press is the Northman Runes, and it's a complete system of authentic medieval rune-based magic.
Yeah, buy this guy's stuff on the maybe I don't know if you want to. On a side note, that this was like I was trying to make a thumbnail for this video, and this guy, I could not deal with like trying to find stuff that would be appropriate for thumbnails for like identifying this person, and it was
really?
it was awful. If you notice that the thumbnail is of a little bit lower quality today, that's why I blame this man entirely. Please.
Okay.
Please.
All right, blame him.
For you to incorporate into your OSR or D&D based games. So be sure to check that out from Spectre Press. Links will be in the description below. And I guess that's enough of the pimping on to the main story.
Get to the meat.
So where to begin with this? Well, you all know, and I mean, first of all, this is not going to be a talk on the specific politics of this subject, but you all know that in this past week, the Supreme Court made a landmark ruling that essentially annulled the Roe versus Wade precedent and switched the question of abortion. Oh, look at who we have here. Meeple. Hey, Meeple.
Kitty!
How are you doing?
Tell me you have
It
ADHD
switched
without telling me you have
the whole
ADHD.
question of abortion law from the ruling at the federal court level to individual laws from the U.S. state. And obviously, there's been a lot of discussion and controversy about this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, there has.
Correct so far.
Annulled isn't quite right. Annulled would be like a law overturned because it was a decision, not it was never put into law. So I understand what he's saying, so I'm not gonna nitpick him too much. He's just getting out that, hey, Roe v. Wade was a thing, it got overturned, it switched things from federal to state, from a federal protection to a state protection. Yep. That I think that's a fair summary.
Note that point because it will become quite clear later why that point is important.
Spoilers. All right.
Spoilers ahead.
Let's go. Laws are repealed. Marriages are annulled. Yeah, marriage would be a better one. Hey, Nikki, thanks.
Hey.
And now the controversy has hit Wizards of the Coast. If you were wondering why I have a Wizards book there, whenever Wizards has problems, I like to show off a Wizards book. That was, of course, my complimentary Dungeon Master's Guide that was given to me for having helped make Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition.
Hashtag humble brag, I guess.
Yeah.
I worked on D&D, therefore I know about abortion rights.
Or how economy works, around such legislation. Okay.
Let's go. What did you do? I want to know what you did. How did you help?
The has had a lot of effects, among which included that certain corporations have made sort of public statements of different kinds on the subject.
Mm-hmm.
Now, notably, Hasbro has not. It hasn't made any comment, hasn't said anything one way or the other. And this has absolutely outraged the wokeists currently in control of Wizards of the Coast.
The wokeists? Yeah, by the way, this video is called Hasbro Says Nothing on Roe Without a Wizards of the Coast Wokeists Revolt. That's some hefty language.
Yeah.
Wokeists run dungeons and run Wizards of the Coast?
What does he mean by wokeists? Number one, is he mentioning people who are? I don't know. Let's find out what he first means by wokeists, and how is Hasbro related to this whole thing? And
Hasbro owns Wizards.
Got it.
So because Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro not making a statement has upset people at Wizards of the Coast. So for anybody who doesn't know, a lot of companies stepped forward during or at least near after when Roe was overturned to say, hey, listen, we are going to go out of your way to add additional help and protections for people that are working for our company in states that don't allow this. Right? So like if Hasbro has a brand, let's say you're McDonald's. So let's just use McDonald's as an example. If you work at McDonald's, you might work at a McDonald's in a state that is not going to allow you to get an abortion. What McDonald's is saying is, you work for us, we're putting it as part of our policy that we will give you the money and the resources and provide you the resources to help you go to another state where there is McDonald's and get the coverage that you need.
Yeah, basically offer you, if you need a transfer to another state, they can help you by providing you that transfer.
It's basically an addition to whatever medical coverage they already have.
Yeah. So and assuring maybe that through insurance you can get coverage for this type of procedure. But how far the corporations will go, that's another question, because they can be, based on the overturning of this ruling, there can be a mass exodus from various states and from various corporations, because people are afraid that, especially women, and even married women, for the fact that there might be couples who might be afraid that don't want any children right now. They might be
Sure.
like, it's better to go to a state where they have access to abortion,
And
because some states
contraceptives
have,
and
and
education.
contraceptives and education, rather than stay in a state where it doesn't. So
Hmm.
I think so what politicians don't realize, and I kind of said that the politicians who have been pro birth, let's just say, they're not pro life,
Anti-choice.
they're anti-choice and pro birth, because after birth, fuck you. um they don't realize it, uh, that it's so counterproductive to capitalism, that
Sure.
there will be a mass exodus which will include quality educated people.
Hmm.
It's like getting out of the state, your state, because they don't have access to abortion and healthcare around pregnancy and stuff, because they'll be like, why should I risk my life in a state where I'm not going to get the necessary healthcare that I need? So it's kind of counterproductive when you think in the long term. And that's why corporations have come forward and said, listen, we will help you, we will support you in any ways possible. And it's now I'm just like, oh, here we have capitalism coming in and acting as it should, or corporations doing what they should. And here's someone like this guy who's like somehow not happy with that, or not happy with the employees taking a stand for themselves and calling them wokest for some reason. People are allowed to take stand for themselves if they think that their healthcare is under jeopardy. I don't know. So yeah, it's a funny circle.
Yeah, it's the way that works is like, I find it bizarre when people will say, "Oh, it's wokest for and bad for a company to want to be inclusive." People said that back when 4th edition of Dungeons and Dragons came out. People were pissed about 4th edition because they were like, "You've dumbed down the game too much. This is for people being stupid, blah blah blah." And it's just like, listen, 4th edition was absolutely a dumbed down version, especially coming from 3.5. However, people weren't playing the game because it was too convoluted. It was too difficult to get into because 3.5 just turned into this beast of a thing that was so difficult to understand, and there were so many supplements and so many books to try and for a new person, right? And so they came out with 4th edition to try and kind of reset all that to allow newer players to be able to come in. I don't understand why you would be like, oh, these woke people want more people to play their game. You mean a company wants more people to play their game? No shit. Right, and it's like the existence of 4th edition, it doesn't erase that 3.5 still exists if you care to dive into 3.5.
Yep.
Anyway, let's keep going to see what else this guy actually has to say, because I've already forgotten what he was saying. It was saying that Hasbro hadn't said anything, and so the wokest people who run Wizards of the Coast are mad at them, I guess. I don't know. Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay.
I still don't know what wokest means. Like, seriously.
So apparently they've set up a special, of course, Twitter handle, because that's where the left goes to propagandize, is Twitter, that I believe is called Wizards for Justice.
Your Jordan Peterson is showing.
Where the left goes
to propagandize.
What the hell, dude? Just make a point without being so like biased. Yeah, like your bias is showing.
I don't know. That is the Jordan Peterson Twitter bad, because people that have different ideas than mine are allowed to exist there, and I get mocked because my idea is dumb.
No, the people who have ideas contrary to me are propagandists. They have a propaganda to, promote. Not me with this video that I'm doing on my YouTube channel. Nah, I
Oh
don't have a
yeah.
propaganda.
By the
I'm doing it on
way,
YouTube. That's why I'm not a leftist. If
because they're
I
on YouTube.
if I went, yeah, because if I went on Twitter, then I would be leftist. See?
I just don't understand. Twitter is the place where the left goes to propagandize. As if it like you can be on Twitter too. There's literally nothing stopping you. I also like there something that we should probably preface this with. There is no graphics to this video. There is no sources. There's no citations in
Nothing.
this entire video. It's literally just this guy's opinion that he pulled out of his ass. So, like we said, why are the people who run Wizards of the Coast woke? Like, I don't know what you're referencing, but let's keep going.
And it's basically claims to be a coalition of Wizards employees who obviously would prefer to remain nameless, that are essentially calling for direct action against their own company and, of course, the parent company Hasbro, because Hasbro has not said anything at all about the Roe versus Wade annulment. So
Okay.
this is, I guess, their version of silence is violence, right? That if you are not
What?
vocally and constantly reiterating leftist views, then you are the enemy and have to be attacked.
Hold on. Assuring your employees that you will support them because a major landmark ruling got overturned is leftist? And silence is violence? What? And how do we know that what you're claiming that their agenda is true, that they are asking for some kind of action against their own company? Where are your source? Citation needed?
Oh, I
Can I
have
have a
that.
citation needed? Yeah, here we go. Citation needed.
So
And
I do
so
have.
he's hold on, let me finish this thought. So
Oh
he's
yeah, yeah.
representing what he thinks the leftists think, that silence is violence, and that if that it's a leftist view to assure your employees that you will help them because a major landmark ruling that concerns healthcare of women has been overturned, and to assure your employees that you are going to support them if there are any, you know other results from it, like if they're getting affected from it financially or healthcare wise, you will be with them and you will support them. That's not a leftist view, you moron. That's capitalism for you,
I
asshole.
I don't understand. Like, are employees just not supposed to talk to their employers ever and just keep their heads down like good little sheep? Like, is that
Yeah,
what he's advocating for? That people just accept whatever? Because
I'm
the thing is
sure.
that this is not a silence equals violence issue. This is this got overturned, and companies are going out of their way to support their employees. And Hasbro, as you stated, notably has not done that, and therefore the people working for Hasbro are like, "Bro, you gonna help us? You gonna hook a girl up? Come on,
Or not.
or no?"
I Is this guy against unions? I
Probably.
bet this guy's against unions then, because collectively bargaining with your employer is a thing, asshole. And this is one of those, it's not a leftist thing.
I don't I don't understand why
It's
I just don't understand why making your opinion known to your employer in a way that the employer can't retaliate against you, as in being
Yeah,
anonymous, is considered left or woke.
wokest.
That's it's being like he said, like the title of this video is wokest revolt. It's a Twitter
Revolt
account, dude.
did Yeah, one, it's a Twitter account, and number two,
You
have
want to
they
talk
threatened
about
to
fucking propaganda? How about taking a totally normal thing in happening in an extreme
and making
situation
something well?
and calling it a fucking revolt and talking about this normal thing being unusual? This isn't
Dude,
this is normal.
what fucking part of the history are you stuck in, Revolt? Like as if corporations are some
I
sort
don't
of
know.
like legislative body or something, or like some governing body or something.
You owe
Like,
fealty to Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast if you ever work for Dungeons and Dragons. This guy would know. He definitely helped them in some way.
and it's funny, like he's going on this rant and he's not shown any citations for his claims. He's claiming he knows what that, Twitter handle is talking about. Has he provided link to that Twitter handle in
No, but
his
I
in his
went to
description?
go. No, no, but I went to go find it.
You found it.
Of course I
Okay.
did. I went looking to see if he had any references in his.
Uh-huh.
He's just him selling his own stuff.
Okay. So it could be a ruse for all we know,
I
just
also
to like
hate
make
how
people
much
mad.
space this man has put in between all of his shit. Like,
Oh
what
my
are you
goodness.
doing?
This is blasphemy. This is blasphemy. You don't do this under your description box.
It's
Nah, 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 nah.
it's horrid. It's
It's
horrid.
oh my god. Oh goodness. Dude, did he copy paste it and didn't realize that he had too many like
I don't know. It's easy to make the mistake because of the way the edit looks in like YouTube Live, but wow. I did pull this up so we can look at the Wizards for Justice after we're done with this. But we'll take a look and see what they actually had to say because we're not assholes.
Yeah.
We're not gonna straw man you. Oh, all right. Let's hit play again. So, well, right. Talking is silence is violence.
Then you are the enemy and have to be attacked, even if you work for
What?
them. You know?
What attack,
You are
by
the
the way? Making a Twitter handle saying, "Hey, a bunch of your employees aren't happy with you," is not an
attack?
attack. All right, that's some
Dude,
fragile
calm
shit right there.
down.
So
Your
this
panties
is
are in a
what they're up
bunch.
to,
Get them out of your
and
crack,
it's
dude. Calm
quite
down.
interesting. Now,
Quite
before
interesting.
I continue, I said this
He's
is
not getting
really
political.
about the politics.
It's not about the
New
politics.
Michelob Ultra Organic Gold.
Ooh.
New
Yo,
gold standard.
can I have one?
Ready to make savings a habit?
Oh my god. And
Ads.
Of the abortion issue. I personally am not an absolutist on this topic either way. I do think
Oh, good.
that any normal person would think that any abortion is a tragedy, or almost any abortion would be a tragedy. And I think
Context,
obviously
sure.
the ideal would be if we can advance enough as a society and create whatever measures are necessary, that abortion would almost never be necessary, right?
That's the place we currently live. that is
abortion is not necessary.
What does he think people are doing? Hi, Landon.
Hey, let me go check my calendar. What year are we living in?
I don't know. I think it's 1942.
1900. Okay.
I don't know.
It's
I gotta go
2022.
check my
Okay.
calendar for my regularly scheduled abortions. Like, abortions are not that common, dude.
Dude, what the fuck?
I want to know what he thinks the actual standard is and expectation is versus like how many people actually get an abortion and why they're getting an abortion. He seems to think the majority of abortions are not like medically necessary when that is like the percentages on that are not. This is what here tell you what, it's his claim. Citation needed, dude.
Citation needed.
Bruh. Bruh, we're not asking for a whole lot here, but I don't know where you're getting the idea that you're basing your opinion off of.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you're basing it off of some right-wing propaganda about people using abortion as birth control.
Yeah. Like, this is the thing, right? He's going on extremes. He's not giving any citations. He's representing a very extreme view that we don't know even that the Hasbro employees hold, for all we know, and he thinks that them collectively trying to convince the employer to support them in this time when there can be crisis for some families because of the healthcare not available is extreme. And he's not about politics, he's not absolutionist, but he thinks that one day abortion won't be, almost never be necessary. One day.
I don't know what
Abortion
world
will
he
always
thinks.
be needed.
I don't know what world he thinks he's living in and what the abortion numbers
Yeah.
actually were of ones that were medically necessary, ones that were involved like an extreme situation like a rape case, and ones that were like like a financial issue or something like that. Does he have you done this research to form this opinion? Like, where are you getting this information from? Because he's being specific that he's like, listen, I'm not an absolutist, and there's going to be situations where abortions will be medically necessary, and under those circumstances, they should be okay. But we should work towards a future where that is almost never the case. What do you think we've been doing?
Yeah. Why do you think we didn't want Roe v. versus Wade overturned? Because we were worried that the doctors will not be able to perform abortions where women's lives are in danger because they don't fucking know what the legal repercussions would be of that. You moron!
Medical bodily autonomy. But hey, you know what? I don't know what world this guy thinks we live in. I don't know what world he's even suggesting.
He's playing too much Dungeons and Dragons, in my opinion. He's playing too
Are
much.
abortions okay in Dungeons and Dragons? Can you get an abortion? Do you teleport the fetus out? Listen, you do a lot with magic.
In Hindu mythology, that has happened. A fetus has been teleported and exchanged between two mothers, two pregnant women.
You can do it. In Dungeons and Dragons, anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Now, I do think, of course, that there are certain people on the left
have
gone completely out of their moral course and openly glorify abortion, right?
You don't get to no, hold on. You don't get to decide what someone else's moral course is.
Yeah. Okay, why is it immoral to glorify abortion? That would be the question.
Right.
And how do we know that they're not trying to normalize an abortion and not glorify it?
It's possible that you go the extreme, right? You go to the extreme of, hey, we're going to glorify this so people get used to the idea, get comfortable with the idea, and then pull it back. Right, it's the pendulum.
Yeah. But again, it's like anything that is contrary to his opinion is extreme, is not morally right for some reason. But he doesn't give us the reason why it's not morally right. Not even his personal opinion.
Sorry, which alignments are allowed to get an abortion?
Oh, God.
You know what? I'm going to write this. I have a notebook here. I'm going to write that question. I'm going to write this question down. Because, like, I might examine this in my non-existent free time, but at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be staring at my ceiling, being like, what alignments would allow abortion?
Oh, my God.
And then I'm gonna make a meme alignment chart. Abortions allowed. Abortions not allowed. Abortions encouraged. Chaotic evil. Oh
yeah.
God. Okay. Sorry, that got me. Oh boy.
Anything that's contrary to his opinion is like immoral. Is not moral for some reason, or is out of the moral standpoint. And is left. It's definitely leftist. Like, dude, tell me that you don't like leftists without telling me you don't like leftists.
This guy seems like the kind of guy that if the right told him he could charge his phone in the microwave, he'd believe it.
Yep.
The right.
The right. It's the right way.
Question, is left and right a new character trait that was recently added? Conversely to what alignments are allowed to get an abortion, what alignments are allowed to perform an abortion?
Oh, God. Oh, this guy has a Twitter, too. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tag him.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Oh
Hey,
no.
bro, come on to
Oh no,
debate.
no, no.
Come on to Debate Hub. We'll have a chat. Have a discussion. It's right there. How convenient. All right, so here's the thing. You don't get to decide. You don't get to say that someone else is outside of their moral code unless they've specified their moral code in a way that what they're saying would be hypocritical, right? Which is not which is not the case for this situation he's presenting. So you don't get to decide other people's morals, whether you
And
agree
it's
with them or
funny,
not.
like, yeah, and it's funny, like, I shouldn't say this,
It's a
but
personal justification. That's just not how philosophy
yeah,
works.
a guy, a guy talking about abortion being glorified, being not out of the moral, what do you say, boundaries or something.
Moral code or something.
Pretty far
Course.
to reach,
Moral
buddy.
course.
Do you have a uterus? Or
Uh-oh.
I don't really say that if you don't have a uterus, you shouldn't have an opinion, because
That's
access to
not.
abortion affects men too.
Yes.
Because there are men out there who will say who are not ready to be a father or a parent, and they're telling their partners, let's not go for it. Or there's
It's called
separated
getting baby
couples.
trapped.
Yep. And so I don't say it, but this guy who's been misrepresenting what the other side is trying to say this whole time, I would say, dude, you don't get an opinion in all this. Keep your opinion to yourself, please.
I mean, I like his opinion because I get to laugh at
Yeah, yeah.
it. Based on fucking nothing. Here's the thing. This is the same kind
Nothing.
of argumentation that you see where it's like, oh, because it's obviously wrong, it's obviously immoral, it's obviously this. No, you need to be able to articulate why. If you want to change somebody's mind or you want to be able to justify your opinion, which is what you're trying to do right now, you need to
Yeah.
be able to explain why something is morally reprehensible or against this. Like what reasoning, right? And if you
Yep.
turn around and say, well, they should know the reasoning, well, they must be stupid. It's not our job to do that for you. You need to be able to do that. Like this is bare bones basic argumentation 101. If you're going to go ahead and present, and again, you don't, this is something that you justify to yourself, and you don't necessarily have to justify it to other people until you make a
Yeah.
fucking YouTube video about it.
And you go out there and you tell other people that they're immoral for saying that abortion should be a normal thing, or even like saying that people shouldn't be shamed for saying that they would prefer abortion rather than to become a parent, yeah.
It's a variable issue, and that's part of the problem
Yep.
with making a law removing the your choice, is because nobody knows the situation that you're in other than you. And so, because the variables are so wide, where you start saying, okay, well, what if this is a situation, would you allow an abortion? What if this is the situation, would you allow abortion? What if this situation would you? And it's so varied to the individual. That's why it needs to be not a law to, it needs to be ratified, right? It needs to be put in, because if you don't give people the choice, you can't. There is no standard. Even he says, I'm not an absolutionist, so there's going to be situations where this should be allowed. But you know what? It shouldn't be. I agree with Roe v. Wade because some people were extreme and glorifying it, in my opinion. Okay. All right, let's hit play.
Okay, so for some reason to go for people, like he's trying to go for the extremes on the other side, but for him he's like, yeah, I'm not an extreme person, but for the other side he definitely is going after the extremes for
Sure.
some reason. Don't know why.
Yeah.
They, so at the very least, many of them presented as a heroic choice, and then other people are openly cheering, right?
Why
People
not?
bragging about how many abortions they've had. People calling
What?
for people to have more abortions as if to celebrate it, and that.
Okay, hold on. Citation needed number one.
I
Who has been like,
remember there being a trans woman who came out a good number of years ago, at a press conference of some sort and said that she wishes she could have an abortion. Or and there was also another feminist that said that I don't know if they were like a real feminist or like the Nazi kind, but they had come out and said that they wish that an abortion when they were younger so they could speak more on what had gone on, and people were way up in arms about that shit. And so there's an understanding of context of what's being said, right? There's an understanding of like, okay, listen, they might be saying that they wish they had better access when they were younger. And they might be that they wish that they had more to say on a topic or had the experience, right? I don't know.
My thing is that he's trying to misrepresent a lot of things.
He's strawmanning. Who has said,
strawmanning. I don't know. Yeah, he's strawmanning. I don't get it. Like, who has ever said that? Oh, or who has bragged about having multiple abortions? Because after a while, even the doctors start telling their what do you say, their wards or whatever. They start telling their people, like, listen, you're having too many abortions. It might not be good for your health. Can we look for some other kind of solutions, some sort of permanent contraceptive for you? Right?
There's also like an issue of, I'm sure there are people that are extreme who do this kind of thing, who do this glorification, who celebrate this, who speak of it as a heroic act. Yeah, it's a difficult choice.
Why not?
As somebody,
it's a difficult choice,
right? As somebody who plays Dungeons and Dragons, making heroic sacrifices and the archetypal hero having to make these difficult moral decisions is part of the game, like very common at that. So I find it bizarre that wouldn't
it's like,
be applicable.
I don't get it. Like, why not encourage? Why does he want people who are getting abortions to just hide themselves and not talk about it? Oh, it shouldn't be talked about or something like that. Is that what you're saying? Because what he's doing, it
seems like the kind of like, oh, women shouldn't talk about their periods because that's icky.
Yeah, they shouldn't talk about abortions or why they're getting abortions or why did they get abortions, so that they can dispel the myth that the right tries to bring in, that women get abortions just on a whim.
It's also that
when it's not.
Right. It's also that pendulum, right? So if people are celebrating it to normalize it,
right,
celebrate, they so choose, and that they're not the only ones who have gotten it done. They're not sneaking around behind them. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's something that happens. It's a choice that sometimes you have to make.
Yeah.
And it do be like that sometimes, right? Like, who is this fucking guy to judge every fucking woman who's had an abortion in the past?
Or a couple out there. Yeah.
50 years.
Yeah, what era are you living in, dude? Why not? Okay, hold on.
But this all started because he was mad that some people wanted their company to provide healthcare for them.
Or to assure them that they will be supported if they needed healthcare. Just an assurance would have done it. But, of course, it's about moral standing, about glorifying abortions. Like, dude, tell me that you're angry at people who have abortion, without telling me that you're angry at people who have abortion.
I don't understand how what he's saying now is applicable, is what I'm getting at. Like, I don't know why what you're saying is applicable to law. You're welcome to think whatever you want on a moral standpoint A or moral standpoint B, and have your own opinion, person who's not going to get an abortion. However, it's other people. I don't understand how this. Well, some person glorified it, and some people were abusing the system. Therefore, the system shouldn't exist. That doesn't. What are you getting at? Because that's the same kind of thing saying some people speed in their cars and don't follow road laws. Therefore, no one should be allowed to drive.
What?
Some people get in car crashes.
Oh, people
therefore
shouldn't be allowed to drive.
Nobody should be allowed to drive, right? Because it's morally. Some people drink and drive, and that's morally reprehensible. Therefore, cars should be abolished.
Yeah, it's I kind of see that he's trying to push his
He's
other
pushing a
views.
caricature is what he's doing.
Yeah, he's pushing his views that he harbors deep in his heart in the guise of, oh, I'm gonna talk and rant about these wokest employees who are trying to force the employer to take a stand. Yeah, dude, it's quite obvious you don't like abortion for some reason. Do you have kids? Does he have kids?
I'm
I just
not
wonder.
an absolutist, but I'm an absolutist. Let me explain to
Yeah.
you why. Because somebody said something I didn't like one time. They
Yeah.
bragged that they had abortions, therefore people who don't brag
Still,
about having
I would
abortions
love
shouldn't be allowed to have them.
I would love for him to present citations where people have bragged
Cars
about
kill
having
way more
multiple
people.
abortions.
Cars kill way
And
more people than abortions do.
yeah. And in what context were they
I wonder what this
glorifying
guy's opinion on
abortion?
guns laws are.
Interesting, yeah. Dude,
Hmm.
yeah, maybe we can talk to him about that. Why not?
Yeah, the problem is with this argumentation is it's incredible. It's an argument from emotion. It's a straw man,
Yeah.
and it's very fallacious. Like this does not. All right, let's
Yeah.
keep going.
That's pretty counterproductive, you know. That's how you end up alienating most reasonable people, because I think that the average reasonable person is understanding and somewhat empathic to a lot of the people that end up having an abortion, but recognize it inherently as something tragic and sad, right? And that you would want
What?
to have some kind of reasonable balance on the issue. But that's not what the
God,
left wants.
okay.
The left in the United States, if you're not in favor of abortion at least up to the moment of birth, if not after, then you're the enemy, you know. And that's certainly the policy of
Oh
the
my
people that live
God.
on the coast, I would think.
Okay. There's so much wrong with this statement. If you're not in favor of abortion
A lot
up to
to
until
unpack.
birth,
And maybe after.
this is okay. He's fucking. Tell me you're a right. You're from the right without telling me you're from the right. This is the type of dumb fuckery that we have out there, where the pro-birthers and anti-choice people spew, that makes me mad. Dude, abortion up until birth would have a medical reason for it. There might be a problem with the fetus that it might not be viable, or it might be causing the mother harm. You asshole.
Tell me you don't know what an abortion is without telling me you don't know what an abortion is.
Has he ever spoken to women who have had abortion that late in pregnancy?
Wait. Has he ever spoken to women?
Yeah, that's another question. And, he might come back and say, oh, I'm allowed to have an opinion.
Okay, have
Even,
it. But if your opinion is based on bullshit.
On bullshit, yeah.
You just pull all that, just got pulled right out your ass.
Yeah, and saying that that's what left wants, that we want to have an option. Yes, we do, okay, we want an option for abortion up until birth. Dude.
Okay, no, wait.
Birth,
it gets
the
better.
fetus gets delivered at birth, you moron.
There are other countries besides America. I know this might blow your mind. There are other countries that exist that are not America. And some of them are also not Canada or not Mexico or not England, right? Okay?
Yeah.
Got it? All right. So now that we understand that there's America and there is also not America, and that those other places have different laws and different policies and different expectations, terminating or euthanizing someone not long after they have been born already exists. Other places do this, and it is legal.
God.
Oh my god!
No,
when I said that, made the thing that I said about aborting 3-year-olds, it was fallacious, and it was half joking, and it was talking about actually euthanization, and the reason I used abortion was because I was tying it into another conversation. You can't actually abort a 3-year-old, guys. That's part of the point.
The problem is people like him are trying to say that people who want abortion don't understand that women might need abortion. that a birth of a child might put a woman's life at risk, and then you need to make a difficult choice at that time. What people who favor abortion want is to normalize it and not shame people who go through this process, who had to abort a child, or where the child was not viable at the time of the birth. You know what happens if a child is viable at the time of birth? It gets delivered. You assholes! These assholes try to misrepresent a situation
I
on
think
purpose
I
to
actually think
demonize
this guy
people.
I think this guy is honest. I think this guy honestly just does not have any fucking idea about what he's talking about. I think he's just heard talking
God.
points and propaganda, and because he already wants to agree with this, the confirmation bias is there, and that's what he's putting forward. But he's talking as if he knows what the fuck he's talking about, and he has
Yeah.
if nothing
No idea.
if nothing during this video tells you that this guy does not know what an abortion is, that last sentence like that last chunk will tell you everything you need to know.
Also,
citation needed for Landon.
Citation needed. And my thing is that I think so he just pulled a stunt. I think so it's just a stunt to promote his books and shit.
Probably.
I think so that's all there is to it. Because nobody can be this dumb, seriously, and just come up with he's not an absolutist, but he will go and represent the extremes for the people he does not agree with. For some
Maybe
reason.
abortions won't exist in the future because we'll all be pod people. Like nobody will get pregnant anymore because everybody will just birth people out of like made uterus, and we'll all be pod people. I'm down for pod people. Nobody has to get pregnant. Just doesn't really happen anymore. Everybody's like, fuck that shit.
And way to misrepresent the other side, dude. Seriously, shame on you.
Again, yeah, it falls under what the hell does any of this have to do with the Roe v. Wade issue or the employees? Because that's about bodily autonomy, and you're making about some people you don't like have opinions you don't like. Also, you don't know what abortion is.
Yeah, this guy has no fucking clue, and I bet he has never spoken to someone who's
I like
had
how
abortion.
he's trying really hard to present it as if it's such a horrible thing to talk about because it's a bad thing.
Why are you trying to shame
it's
people?
It's such a tragic and sad situation, but he's laughing the whole time.
Yeah, he's or maybe it might be nervous laughter, but
sure,
the thing
absolutely.
is that for him, it's like if someone goes about their day after having an abortion and is actually even happy after having an abortion, that might come from the relief of, oh, I don't have to be a parent now when I'm not ready. That is no good for this guy. People should be sad all the time when they get abortions, according to this guy.
Oh, as if they're not. Everybody has to have the same reaction forever and always. Otherwise, nobody's allowed to do it. Everybody has to be sad when they have to take their car to the junkyard because they're emotionally attached to it. If you don't name your car, no one's allowed to drive.
Yeah. Like, dude, come on. What is wrong with you? This is the passive aggressive shaming that some people do to people who get abortions. Like, seriously. Number one, why are you so concerned with people who have abortions? Number one, you're not having an abortion. What? And number two, the topic you were talking about, you're weird way off that topic, and now you're
I like
on a tangent.
to think that this guy just goes off and like hangs out outside of abortion clinics and cries all day.
Yeah,
with his pipe.
You know that
he's definitely legitimately smoking in the background, right?
No, that he goes outside the abortion clinic, he sits down, he gets a unfolding chair, he sits down there, and then goes with smoking his pipe, and all the women who pass by him who may be looking for abortion or other health services, he was like, please don't get an abortion.
Yeah, wait a minute, this guy's
a sad day.
Wait, yeah, hold on a second. This man is smoking.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. This man is smoking. You know, smoking kills people, right? You know, that means
Yeah.
that no, and some people glorify it and think it looks cool and makes them look smart in their videos, which means nobody should be allowed to smoke. It should be illegal.
Yeah.
Glorifying smoking.
How dare you glorify smoking, dude? By using your smoking pipe to point at things in your video.
Oh my
Shame
god.
on you.
Imagine bodily autonomy and being allowed to do what you want. All right, so moving on.
So they've called to action. They've condemned Hasbro for this, for just not having made any statement, and they're, it seems very amusing to me. It seems kind of, Hasbro is mainly a toy company, right? At toys and games. Their market are children. You would expect that they wouldn't necessarily want to support a call for there to be less of their target market in the world.
What? 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 Oh my god, this is the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh my goodness.
This is the best point I have ever heard in my entire life. Bro, that's every market.
My target market is children, so fuck my employees.
My target market is adults, and therefore there should be less adults by less children. That doesn't make any sense. My target audience are people that can drive. People need to be able to afford toys, right? You understand that you're an adult.
Parents buy children toys, you asshole. Not kids. You idiot. Adults buy children toys, you moron, unless those children are earning their own money from somewhere or inherited money from their grandpa. Still, they don't get to spend that money on stupid toys, you asshole.
But he's an adult playing a game for adults by Hasbro called Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my god.
Can we I want to check something real quick because I'm pretty sure somewhere on this book here.
Tell Elmo.
Tell Elmo. Hold on, I got that one.
Yes, exactly.
I'm pretty sure there's somewhere on this book that has like an age range.
Oh my goodness.
Are you one of these people?
You know what will happen, you asshole? If parents have too many children they cannot afford, they won't be able to buy the toys that Hasbro is manufacturing for their children. You moron. If they're too expensive. You see? There needs to be a balance. If parents cannot afford the children they are raising, they cannot buy shit for them, including toys.
I think he's just arguing for child labor.
This is so superficial. This is so not thought out. Dude, what were you thinking when you started this video? Oh, I'm gonna pitch my stupid book, and then I'm gonna rant about a topic that's hot these days, and here I got free publicity. What you have done is we cannot trust your fucking book now because we don't know what the fuck level you think at. Your thinking is so superficial. It's shallow. It's so like, oh my God.
Listen, we have to. But he wants people to have babies so they can grow up and buy his book. This is like the definition of like oligarchy, right?
They should probably
they
should probably steal to buy a book, right? They should probably steal money from their parents,
hear me out.
The fucking pockets.
Hear me out. The companies want people to have more kids so that way they can have employees.
Oh, future employees in the making. Okay. That's why they offer those graduate programs. Now I get it. Okay.
That has got to be like the most asinine thing I have ever heard. Yeah. Hasbro is going to be pro-life because they sell toys to children, so they want there to be more children.
And he's laughing like as if he's
he's
making a very, very valid point. This is the level of
oh
thinking
yeah,
this
he
guy
thinks
has.
this is big brain.
This is the gotcha.
But the irony of that he's Hasbro. Okay, hold on. I need to see if I can say it with a straight face. Hasbro wants people that like is not going to be against abortion and is going to be against Roe v. Wade and isn't going to support their employees because they sell things. Their market audience is children, and they want there to be more children that will buy their toys. Said the man showing a adult game from Hasbro.
Nice.
What? I can't believe that he made that point while showing the exact counter argument on the screen. Bruh, come on.
God, oh my goodness.
All right, I'm gonna. Oh wow. All right, let's see. This can't get worse, right? I would like to introduce you guys, by the way, to somebody real quick.
Who that?
Easy Penguin.
Is that the penguin from the League of Legends?
No, it's not the penguin. But this is a penguin, and this penguin has two moods, right? His name is Frogwin. Okay?
Aww.
And so I am now using this to indicate what mood I am in that day, because we've got Penguin, and then we've got Ferg.
Oh.
So now he's a frog.
Oh, that's so cool.
So there's penguin mood and there's frog mood. Right now I am in penguin mood because this guy hasn't upset me enough yet. So we're in penguin mode.
He hasn't upset you enough? Okay, he's upset me enough, I guess.
You're in Ferg mood.
I'm in Ferg mode right now.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
God. The amount of superficial thinking this guy
just kind of seem understandable, but basically
no.
What business do any corporations have doing this? This is the example of the new fascism of the left.
Oh God.
You don't have a universal healthcare system in America. You rely on companies
on your
and insurance to supply you with your healthcare. What do you mean? What do corporations have to do with this? Tell me you don't know what fascism without telling me you don't know what fascism is. You know what fascism is? Not being allowed to make choices.
Tell me you're one unemployed and have never worked a job where you had to rely on your employer to have healthcare without telling me that you never had a job where you had to rely on your employer for healthcare. You asshole! People rely on their employers to what do they say? The words is like left me to what's that word?
And you guys
subsidize.
And you guys thought fucking
through insurance companies.
Subsidize. I live in Canada. We have universal healthcare system across Canada.
I live in New Zealand.
Per province.
We have universal healthcare.
Guess what? Most companies still provide
exactly
healthcare.
Yep. So where I work at my company, we liaison with an insurance provider to provide with pays and stuff because in New Zealand, for the first week, if you're injured at work, during the first week of injury, you are supposed to be paid by your employer some percentage of your income. After that, the universal healthcare kicks in and they take over your payments. It still happens. And even if you don't have a job, then you're getting support from the government. You're getting some non-employee assistance, but at the same time the universal healthcare kicks in and looks after your injuries and stuff if it's a non-work injury. So dude, you have no fucking idea what you're talking about, and you're sitting there and ranting on, and you think this is something clever you have come. You're the only one who thinks on that. God.
Hey, do you think this guy is actually a Jordan Peterson fanboy? Because like he's using the same kind of like rhetorical tactic.
Yeah, it's like, dude, You have no idea
Speaking
how
of which, I gotta
healthcare
get
works in
Mika.
America.
I gotta torture Mika and get her on here to talk about Jordan Peterson.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
All right, play
That
this.
will be amazing.
I want to see what like this guy. I want to know if this guy's gonna say is gonna get worse or better.
And by fascism, I mean very literally in the sense of Italian fascism, of the union of a political party.
So I guess
to
anti-union,
both government and corporate power centers in order to force an ideology on the world.
What do you think America is right now, sir?
Yeah. Okay. Do
Manya,
you know how many donations do your local politicians get
you guys,
from your corporations?
you think this guy knows the name of his local politician without looking it up?
I don't think so. I don't think so. He votes. I don't even think he votes.
All right, tell you what.
Yeah.
I vote P break. We're an hour in.
Oh, okay.
I vote P break.
Okay.
I need to walk away
Okay.
from this man for a second.
Yeah, he's just. Oh God.
All right, we will be back.
Yeah. I'm gonna make some tea for myself.
Yo, Manya's not back yet, so it's just me. Can somebody please call this man up and tell him to put down the Jordan Peterson, Steven Crowder book? I really don't want to be the bearer of bad news for this. No, I'm not gonna wait for Manya. She'll get here. She'll get here. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news for this guy, but I don't know what he thinks America has been doing besides going around to other people's countries and telling them that they're morally wrong. And then stealing their oil. What state's this guy from? I don't know. I can't imagine why Wizards might not want to be associated with this guy, though. Why did I eat internet cables yesterday? I was hungry. The UK started that. Hey, listen, it's not about who started it, it's about who's doing it. If I cast a spell of political viewpoint conversion on your character required to re-register their political party? Oh no. Amazing. Hey Manya, welcome back.
Me back. I could hear you, by the way.
Oh yeah. Shit.
Shit. You've been talking shit about me.
Oh no. Busted.
What will you do?
Oh no, what you gonna do?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Would the cleric agree with him? Oh god. Here's the I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of D&D world you build. You could build, like, I mean, it's not uncommon to have, like, fascist countries or locations in Dungeons and Dragons. It's actually pretty common, but you would have to know what fascism is first.
First, yeah. Oh, by the way, what is fascism? What is the definition of fascism?
Oh, are you going to read it out for us?
Yeah, why not?
Go for it.
An authoritarian and nationalistic right-wing system of government and social organization. Okay. See, this is the problem. The right wings are trying so hard to redefine what fascism means in the terms of left wing and failing at it miserably. And this guy is a classic example. He does not know what fascism means. It's a right-wing system of government and social organization. Right-wing. Authoritarian and nationalistic.
Yeah, that's the left.
You know,
that sounds like the left America. Nationalist.
Yeah, authoritarian, you know, where a group of collective people or employees came together and told their company, hey, dude, this just happened. Are you going to help us or are you going to leave us out to dry?
No.
That's fascism.
Authoritarian, as in telling people what they can and cannot do with their bodies.
They should feel sad if they get an abortion. There cannot be any other, you know, like any other emotion they can go through. Relieved, maybe, you know? Relief is an emotion that someone might go through, and that might affect them and make them feel happy. That they don't have to deal with being a parent when they were not ready. Oh no, we can't have that. No. According to this guy, people should be sad every time they get an abortion.
You should be allowed to choose, but you should be obligated to choose to die. That he's condemning people to death. If he wants to be all fucking fancy with his rhetoric and say this is a revolt, then he's condemning people to death. He's saying that you should not only should you choose to die, you're wrong for not choosing to die, and you should what was the term? You should if you don't do otherwise, like an or else, right?
Yeah.
That you're morally reprehensible if you do not choose to die.
Yeah. So this guy goes around, he wants to pitch his book, he decides to talk on a topic he has clearly no idea or no knowledge about, misrepresents the other side, takes it to the extremes, and then acts mad.
You're allowed to
Dude.
choose, but if you choose otherwise, there will be horrific consequences. So you're
Yeah,
not really
you will be
allowed to choose.
shamed.
Or
You will be
jailed,
shamed for,
or fined.
yeah, or jailed. Yeah. Or even lose your license.
You should
Your
choose to die.
Yeah. This is the pro-life crowd, by the way, for you everyone.
I guess I should clickbait the hell out of this video a little bit more. Dumb fuck D&D player tells women they should die.
That would be good. I'm gonna do that.
Are you gonna go in behind me and change the title of my? I gave Manya access to the stream or access to the channel.
I'm just gonna do it on the.
I'm
just gonna.
Because you could go and change the title of the video. All right, I'm gonna hit play. I needed a pee break. I'm gonna need a shower after this too.
What was that dumb fact D&D player tells women?
Tells women to die. Oh God, amazing. All right, I hit play.
The amount of stupidity.
That's the traditional, the classic definition of fascism.
No, right? It's not.
No! Government alliance that puts everything behind the party. And
right-wing alliance, you asshole.
but he's saying this as if the right wing isn't doing that. What do you think voting along party lines is?
Oh no, that's fascism too.
Okay, I have fucking two-party system. Fucking America. There are places that are not America that exist.
Nikki, it's too late for that. I has the power.
There was a time not very long ago that people didn't trust, people on the left didn't trust corporations that were trying to influence government or society, right? Because naturally
they don't.
They
still don't, but they have to work together at some point, you asshole.
Well, as evil, basically, or at least as a dangerous element of society that are mainly self-interested. And you see.
Hold on. Okay. Actually, the point he has made, it's not contrary. The points he has made are not contrary to each other at all. They actually feed into each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, because they don't trust corporations. That's what has happened. The corporations have ended up with their healthcare. So because they don't trust corporations, they are telling the corporations, you better take a stand publicly about this, or else we are gone.
Yeah, because we don't
fucking trust you.
We don't trust you to do it in the background. So
yeah,
be upfront about it.
So we want you to make you might, because making a public statement then forces a corporation to back it up. Then they can be held liable for it. They were like, you said you're going to help us, and now you're backing off. So it's not that complicated, dude. Why are you so confused? Please, someone tell me, why is he so confused?
Because he thinks he knows. This is an ego problem. He thinks he knows what's best. He thinks he knows what's right, and in doing so, he ignores whether or not he actually knows what he's talking about. This is the definition of things you think you know but don't.
You know why healthcare has ended up with corporations in the first place? Because the corporations are the one who said, "Oh, we don't want to pay taxes. We're gonna help our employees through this way."
Conservative shit.
Yeah, by working with the insurance company in a free market. Because the other alternative was to pay higher taxes for universal health care, you asshole.
Nah, this isn't Dunning-Kruger. Dunning-Kruger means that you actually do have some knowledge, although bare bones basic. This dude doesn't have any knowledge.
This is not even, this is like, come on, dude.
This guy just thinks he has knowledge and does not.
God. This is
in
so
some
sad.
of these corporations that have now offered to pay for for travel arrangements for employees if they need to go out of state to have an abortion. That sounds on paper like they're being supportive of one side of the cause, but you look at the bottom line, right? Is that's
Okay, hold on. What's the other side of the cause? Hold on. What's the other side of the cause? Dude, what's the other side of the cause? One side of the cause is providing healthcare, abortion healthcare, or pregnancy healthcare, whatever, to people. What's the other side? Not provide healthcare?
Just don't. Maybe not. Nobody gets any healthcare.
What is wrong with this guy? Is he even thinking before he's spewing out this bullshit?
I don't know. He's choosing to smoke. I sure hope he doesn't use up those precious corporate resources.
Oh my god. Hey, Dungeons and Dragons, this is the guy who helped you with shit? I don't believe it. Seriously.
I want to know what this guy did.
Yeah, actually, what did this guy did? What was his role? Was he a scribe? He might have been a scribe because he must have been told to write a lot of shit. Because I don't think he can think. He
write a lot of shit.
No.
Data entry.
Data entry. Yeah, just what the fuck? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he got a complimentary copy for playtesting.
But you look at the bottom line, right? Is that's a much cheaper alternative for them than having to pay for maternity leave.
Wait.
Do you know that some corporations don't pay for maternity leave? They just tell their employees, yeah, you go away and we will rehire you when you come back. How do you know that?
Wait,
and
no.
What corporations are you talking about?
No, this goes back. This is backwards from what he said about Hasbro. He said that Hasbro wanted people to have more babies.
Yeah.
So corporations want people to have more babies. So he switched. He switched it.
He switched to other corporations now, who are not Hasbro.
Why? Why wouldn't other corporations want there to be more people to buy their product, though? Because that was his argument. Why would that only apply to Hasbro?
It's counterintuitive, and it's not consistent, and it doesn't make any sense. You asshole! You're just blabbering shit.
Well,
his video has ads.
He wants to talk about whether or not it's consistent or internally consistent. If Hasbro wants there to be more children so that they have a larger market, then they also would want to pay maternity leave. And so if other corporations so if other corporations want to have people to buy their product, then people have to have babies, which would mean people would have to have maternity leave.
Yeah.
But now you're saying, well, it's cheaper to pay for gas than it is for maternity leave. I don't know, have you seen gas prices?
Yeah. And also,
a
lot of corporations don't pay for maternity leave. They let their employees go, and then they say, go, have your baby, spend your time with the baby, and when you come back, we'll rehire you.
Well, I just don't understand what he wants. Does he want
babies, or does he doesn't want babies?
Or does he want employers to be involved in healthcare or not? Maternity leave is part of healthcare.
Yep.
Pick a lane, dude.
Dude.
Pick an alignment. This guy fucking picks neutral so he can do it, or chaotic neutral, pretending that means that he can do whatever he wants whenever he feels like it. That's not what chaotic neutral is.
That's fundamentally the profit motive at work, and that's usually how it is with almost everything that corporations do in terms of their social issues.
Not Hasbro, though.
We know for a fact that a lot of the ones that go out of their way to talk about woke principles, it's because of two things. One is that there have been leftist entries into their corporate system that are not really interested in the business. They're interested in hijacking the business for their ideology.
Now he's talking about Wizards. He's talking about how Wizards is run by woke ideologues instead of people who actually care about Dungeons and Dragons.
No, but how does he know all this shit? How is he generalizing? Citation needed?
He reads people's minds. What do you mean?
Like, to say that a corporation,
If you're
which is
leftist, it
profit,
means you don't care about business.
what? You can't. Oh, if you're a leftist, you can't be a capitalist. Is that what he's saying?
I think so.
Do you think that corporations that are profit driven will let people hijack?
Socialism isn't inherently not capitalist. Because the thing is like, you can do both. You can have socialized healthcare and still run it via corporation. So you can still run it via capitalism. If you want an example of how you can merge socialism and capitalism together, look at Sweden. Look at the way Sweden does schooling and look at the way Sweden does healthcare. Oh,
Yep.
sorry, only America exists.
Yeah. America is the greatest country in the world. No other country has
I want to know what
freedom.
this guy is fucking smoking.
Yeah, seriously.
But
Dude,
the
what
other
you
reason
smoking?
is because they have a direct profit motive, either from
That is completely contradictory. You either said
Yeah.
they either join because they don't care about business or because they only care about money. So they care about business. So it's either they do care about business or they don't care about business.
Yeah, because
Those
that's
are the
what
only two
direct,
options.
that's what direct profit motive will be. Dude, what are you smoking? Seriously. God, my head is hurting.
Being a social democracy doesn't. We're talking about the economic side of it, though. So the economics side of the way Sweden runs its systems merges socialism and capitalism together.
Helios 575 from the live chat said that is actually illegal in USA, Manya. TBF, I don't know TBF, what does that mean? Though that doesn't mean it's not. To be fair, though that doesn't mean it's not done, but they can be sued for doing it. So no, it's not common.
It also
Okay.
depends on the state. I don't think it's a federal law. I think it's a state thing, isn't
Okay.
it? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because I've heard from people who have told me that they were let go because they felt pregnant. They were told that they will rehire them when they come back.
And then sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah, and I get it. It's not a general representation of what happens, but it is one of the methods that is followed by corporations, how they format their contracts, as you might say.
Anyway, this guy just basically this guy just basically told us that there's only two reasons that liberals or whatever go into business, and it's either because they don't care about the business or because they only care about profits in the business. So he just presented us a dichotomy, and that dichotomy, they could be one of either sides of the dichotomy, so the dichotomy is completely meaningless.
It's meaningless. And also, it's like he is sort of mad that corporations are doing what corporations do in capitalism, and that is pay as minimum as possible for healthcare of their employees. So they are paying for abortions or gas money to go and get abortions, and even abortions, because abortions can be cheap in some states, because they are instead of maternity leave. So which is it, dude? What are you worried about?
I don't know what the. All right, let's.
From
they're bad or they're bad. Heads I win, tails you lose.
Benefit, or more often because there have been very large moneyed investors and investment firms that demand that they pay lip service to leftist causes in exchange for their investment. You know, the DIE principle, diversity, inclusion, and equity, being demanded of corporations in order for them to get money. So, you know, that now the left has no problem at all with.
What? Citation needed for all of that? And to say that.
That was a whole lot of word salad, is what that was.
Is he saying that corporations that make public announcements is lip service? Does he know that the corporations can be held liable if they make an announcement and they don't follow through with it?
I don't think this guy knows the difference between actually taking action and lip service. So, like, a good example of lip service would be companies that change their Twitter profile pictures to LGBTQ plus flags during Pride Month
Yeah.
in America and then hide that they're doing it in countries that don't allow gay marriage. That would be lip service.
Yep.
Something that isn't
Yep.
lip service is saying, hey, we're making a public announcement saying we've added this to our policy. If you want corporations out of politics and you want corporations out of medical care, stop being Republican.
Stop being Republican. Vote for candidates who support universal health care.
You can't complain that companies are making announcements and employees are talking publicly about what their company's medical care provides if you rely on the companies to provide medical care. If you don't want that, then vote for things that would allow people to not rely on companies for their medical care.
Exactly.
You
He's
have
just
your
mad.
cake and eat it too, bro.
Yeah, he's just mad that people are not just shutting up about abortion, and they're not shutting up about Roe v. versus Wade. How dare they speak about it? How dare they come together and ask an organization that is responsible for their healthcare and hold them accountable for their healthcare? He's mad about that, and he doesn't know how to express it without being called out on his bullshit. So he's going through this fucking whole idiotic rant just to justify.
Oh, and by the way, buy his book.
Yeah, and by the way, fucking buy his stupid book.
Okay, this guy sounds like the type of guy that would go to a woman's house who lives alone, rummage through their bathroom, and complain that their pads aren't flushed down the toilet. Don't flush your pads down the toilet.
No, that's why I was like.
Why are your pads in the garbage? That's disgusting. It's like a closed lid. They're all wrapped up and everything. They're just in the garbage can, and he sits there and bitches about it. It's like, oh, that's disgusting.
Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend
that
she shouldn't throw her pads?
She doesn't have sex with him, and then he writes an "Am I the asshole" about it? And then starts arguing.
Am I the asshole for telling employees of a company that's responsible for their healthcare that they shouldn't ask their company about their healthcare? Am I the asshole? Like, dude, at least don't use a fucking excuse of fascism or left politics to come out with your fucking moronic
this is like
point
conspiracy
that you don't
level.
that you don't like abortions, you hate abortions. That's quite evident by now. You don't like people who don't feel guilty about abortions, and you hate when people are able to collectively go to their employers and negotiate their health care, which includes abortions. Anything associated with abortion, you don't like it. Just come out and say it. Don't use these stupid reasons.
I'm not absolutist.
You look like an idiot.
I'm gonna pretend I'm totally for emergency situations and then immediately turn around and describe what would be an emergency situation, which would be like a very late term abortion like at 9 months, and then talk about like they want that. It's like, yeah, that would be the emergency that you're talking about. You've definitely not absolutist.
Absolutist moron. You're an absolutist, dude. We know that. It's quite evident. You just want to hide under like, oh don't hurt me, moron. What an asshole.
Corporate manipulation
Seriously.
of society because they think they can control the corporations. I think that they're probably wrong, by the way. I think that that's something that's likely to end up
Jordan Peterson is showing again
in the future. But they think they can.
For who? And, trouble for who? For the corporations or for employees?
So these Wizards employees are calling on people to boycott Hasbro, boycott Wizards, obviously, and they're actually calling for a one-day strike on their Twitter feed of Wizards employees, saying that because the company has chosen to do nothing, they will do something. and you know what? I, as the pundit, support their calls. I think they're not going far enough.
Don't you dare use that word
I
pundit,
think that
you
every
asshole.
Wizards employee
don't use
should
that word
resign
pundit.
in
You're
disgust
not a pundit.
at what Hasbro is doing. They should quit the company, abandon
Why should they
it,
quit their job?
and that'll really
Why?
teach them. And
Oh, that's how it works, isn't it? So either so because they can't negotiate with their employers. They shouldn't have the grounds to negotiate. They should just quit. Have you quit something in your life that you don't like? Moron? You moron?
Well, I
Did
mean,
you
he
quit
he
D&D?
certainly doesn't like that D&D is run by woke people, which is why he's tailcoating off of D&D to make content to
So
make money
are you
off
going
of,
to
right?
quit D&D? So are you going to quit D&D, you
It's
asshole?
not even that he's like has to quit D&D in his home game. He's selling things related to D&D, relying on Wizards and Wizards notoriety and he literally at the beginning of this was like, I helped them. You're relying on them for clout to give what you're fucking saying some more value as you're turning around and like, no, the answer is he's being facetious here. He's going to the
And
extreme
he's not an
on purpose.
absolutionist.
Because
He's not an absolutist. He is not an absolutist.
Well, why?
He's not that at all.
I just can't believe that he's saying something like he's talking about a strike as if it's like the worst fucking thing possible. As if they haven't been going on for hundreds of years. People have been doing strikes forever. That's how you get things to change. It's like it's protesting, dude. Are you saying that people shouldn't be allowed to protest? Talk about fascism. He literally just wants these employees to sit down, shut the fuck up, and just be thankful for whatever it is that they may or may not get.
Yeah, and also, he's not an absolutist, but the employees should resign. But the employees should give up their job. But he's not an absolutist. He's not that at all.
Well, because extremes are the only way to do anything, right?
Yeah, right. Dude, you're an absolutist. Because that's what you expect from the employees, to not negotiate, but just resign.
Or try to have a conversation or invest in change that they care about or directly affects them.
You know what people do when they're not absolutists? They work with the other side and try to get a solution.
Well, he's just trying to present this as
not
if it's...
demonize them.
Right, he is trying to present this to demonize, poor Hasbro.
I wholeheartedly support the call for them to...
Why? Do you think they'll hire you?
For people not to buy Wizards of the Coast product, because that'll really teach them a lesson about what they're doing. So
yeah, because they'll have to still pay their employees whether they make profits or not, you asshole.
that are standing up against Hasbro having not done anything at all, having literally done nothing wrong.
You're changed that. That's a bait and switch.
Yeah.
Having done nothing at all versus having done nothing wrong versus having done nothing in the face of other things, of other issues. Doing nothing is a choice. You can choose to do nothing. As somebody who has played D&D, presumably this person has played Dungeons and Dragons. If the players do nothing, there are consequences to that inaction.
Dude, do you even play D&D? Have you learned anything from D&D? Anything? Also, this whole thing about... Fuck, what was my thing that I was going to say?
Yeah, I have no idea where this guy is from.
That it's going to work, that it's going to be counterproductive if people stop buying Hasbro products. Not for the employees. If they are permanent employees, they'll still get paid.
And they get paid by the hour.
And they get paid by the hour. It's the profits that will come down. So it's the board who won't get their fucking raise that they get every year that they get. Or the commissions that they get.
He just said that people take over these companies to make additional money or because there's money involved. Hitting people in the wallet where it matters to them to make them care about something is a tactic that has existed forever. Have you ever heard of Robin Hood?
He said that corporations are doing lip service to get investment from the leftist crowd. So what will happen when they don't do the bare minimum for their employees and these investors are like, okay, I don't see you making a statement for your employees for this leftist agenda. They'll lose that investment. And you know what happens? Employees letting go employees will be the last thing that happens. The
Everything he
profits will come down
says,
first.
he doesn't want to live in the world that he's describing. And as
Yeah.
well as it's contradictory. Like
Does he
every
have a
time this
job?
guy jumps a different thing, he counters the point he was previously making.
Yeah, he and I think so. He doesn't remember what his
inconsistent.
points are. It's just so. It's just a rant, just to like.
Well, it's
pitch
a
his
rant,
fucking
but it
book.
also doesn't. He also doesn't know what he's talking about. There's a difference between somebody who's ranting who knows what they're talking about and somebody who's ranting who doesn't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. He helped
No
Wizards with
idea at all.
D&D, though. He got a free book. Hashtag humble
He
brag.
got one free book for helping with the whole thing. Yeah, totally believable, dude.
He got a complimentary book for totally helping whatever it was he was
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, not a certificate or not a picture where they are presenting you with the book, for helping out or anything. Nothing like that. Just your word that they gave you a book.
Far
for
as I
helping
know,
out.
this guy doesn't use his name either. I don't know if that's his real name, but
And dude, please remove the name the name pundit. That you know what a pundit means?
no, he doesn't know what any of these words mean. He uses
Pundit means is an expert. That's what it means. And if you're going to talk about something on your channel, don't use the word pundit at the end of your name or even your channel name when you're talking about shit you have no idea about.
Do you think this guy would be mad if we said we should boycott his book?
He's going, I'm gonna sue you for defamation.
All right, I'll play.
Not
Just
done
sue a
anything.
Canadian and a New Zealander.
Then I would strongly urge you to not buy Wizards of the Coast products, and choose
And
instead
your product
to
too,
buy
then, right?
OSR products like Sword and Caravan,
Buy my book!
Medieval Adventures on the Silk
Oh.
Road, or any of my other RPG products, or any of the other many fine
Oh,
OSR
got
products
it.
that other OSR
Did
creators
he?
are making.
Did he?
Hey, remember a minute
Did he-
ago when he said that liberals were only trying to make money off of making political points? Hey, do you remember when he said that liberals were only only making political points to make money? Hey, do you remember just a second ago?
So he's trying to go for sad Hasbro. Buy my book, by the way. You don't have to buy their products, Buy my book.
Wait, wait a second though. Hold on, I want to analyze something here real quick.
Did he name his
Wizards of the
book
Coast products,
Medieval
and choose
Adventures
instead.
on the Silk Road?
Yeah.
In medieval times, it was the Silk Road, not the Silk Road, you asshole. You didn't
Well,
even get the name
God.
right.
All right, listen.
It's the Silk Route.
I want to analyze something real quick. This man does not show himself
at
in
it.
his videos. He put on a
Interesting.
suit jacket
With a smoking pipe.
with his fancy pipe. And the tea he's totally
Oh.
gonna be stale after steeping there for so long. His
Oh,
pipe
God.
is fancy too. Look at that. Does it blow bubbles?
Bubbles? Hey!
I am going to be so upset if this man does not have a fedora. Like this is
I'm
this
not
is
going to be
old
surprised.
this is old school neck beard incel bullshit. This is like I spent my time on 4chan. I wrote this
God.
book. Is this book self-published, by the way? Bestseller?
God.
Caravan, Medieval Adventures on the Silk Road, or any of my other RPG products, or any of the other many fine OSR products that
I did
Don't buy his products.
I
Don't buy his products. He's an asshole.
I did my
Fuck yeah.
I did my recording. I did my recording for Goblin's Lair, which uses an avatar, the little goblin avatar, and I made sure to dress up full makeup, red lipstick, dress, all dolled up so that way I could not show my face or record on my video. Why are you wearing a suit jacket? Do you just wear that in your day-to-day? Because that's what it makes me think. It makes me think that this man gets up in the morning and sleeps in dress shoes. I can't. He comes off as I am very smart. Like this whole video belongs on I am very smart. He's so arrogant sounding about shit he knows nothing about.
My fucking peeve is he's using the word pundit when he's talking about shit he has no idea about. Pundit is an Indian word. It comes from Hindi. Pundit means an expert in something. You have no expertise in this topic, moron. And
He's a pundit for RPGs.
and
He's
he
an
got
expert
the
in
name of
RPGs.
Oh, okay.
Which is how he
Uh,
knows
and-
that Dungeons and Dragons, they were never political before. There was nothing political about Dungeons and Dragons in the past. There totally wasn't like overthrowing tyranny. That's totally not political.
And he's got the name of the Silk Route gone. I'm so peeved by that.
Encyclopedia Britannica says it's the Silk Road, apparently.
Encyclopedia Britannica, go for other sources of that are not American based.
Not American based.
Like, come to India and that we'll tell you what it is.
I mean, it was.
We were part of the Silk Route, you morons.
Yeah, I guess it was. Yeah, you might want to go for the. All right, the bastard Americanization. All right, let's go.
Other OSR
yeah, buy my book or whatever.
That is certainly a better choice because you won't get the wrong political message in there.
Yeah, we will. We just heard your political message, and not only
it's garbage.
It's not wrong because it's your opinion, and it's not wrong because I disagree with you. It's wrong because you don't know what you're talking about, and it's fallacious. So yeah, you will.
In fact, you won't get a political message at all because OSR games, there are.
How the fuck is the Silk Route not political? This man doesn't know what the word political means either. Okay, I'm gonna hit play.
Exceptions, of course, are games that pretend to be OSR that are really about ideology, but nobody buys those games anyways, right? The good OSR games are about gaming, and that's what they are, and that's what they're for. And this is the games and media aren't about politics angle that is complete nonsense because art and media and TV shows and books have been political forever. People started writing shit down. I think that there's a reasonable range of opinions that people can have on any of these sorts of issues. Certainly on an issue that is as.
But if you don't agree with me, you're wrong.
In certain forms as the abortion issue. But frankly, I don't care. I don't care what your opinion is. I care whether
you cared enough to give us yours. Why is your opinion important?
You're here to game or not. That's what it's all about. So, my customers don't need to know. They don't need to have a political position. They don't need to.
Then why did you make this video? And why are you trying to use this big issue that affects people's lives to tell women to die and to sell your book? Hey, buy my book, by the way, women. Kill yourselves.
How dare women be happy and relieved that they got an abortion?
Go unalive yourself, women, because this man said so, who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Buy his book.
Agree with my politics. They don't need to oppose my politics either, but they can if they want, right? The only thing they really need to do is.
You don't have politics, sir. You don't know what the word politics means.
So he's telling them that they don't have to do whatever and they can do whatever they want. But what they really need to do. So he's telling them you don't have to do anything, but you should do this, dude. Like, can you make up your mind?
No. Women should die so that way the baby is born so Hasbro can make toys for the baby who has no mom to buy them toys.
Ouch.
Fucking idiot.
Like gaming and want to game and want to get products that are made for gaming.
Hey Canada.
What?
No, Swish LA. Why are there so many ads on this video, bro?
How long is that video?
The video's only 16 minutes long. We've had 3 commercial breaks. Oh, whoops.
Oh.
The idea, right? I mean, I don't think
Hold on.
that the
Can you
locust
go
elements are.
back? And he said what people should do. Can we go back to like what he was talking about that
It's a
people
crazy
should
idea,
do?
right? I mean, they don't need to have a political position. They don't need to agree with my politics. They don't need to oppose my politics either. But I mean, they can if they want, right? The only thing they really need to do is like gaming and want to game and want to get products that are made for gaming.
Oh,
But that
so
doesn't
in that way,
that doesn't apply to everybody else.
hey, I'm gonna pretend that I'm pitching my book by like and I'm going to talk shit about people who have politics opposite to me or who have opinion opposite to me. But hey, it doesn't matter what shit I'm talking about because the important thing is buy my book.
There's no
You should
monetization
only
in
care
the
about
future.
buying my book. That's all you should care about. You should care about gaming. You shouldn't care that I'm spewing bullshit in the name of politics. And using my channel where I'm pitching my book and my channel where I talk about games to talk about my stupid politics. No. You should only
Women
care about buying my book.
women
What
don't
an
play
asshole.
women don't play games, so they can die so they can have baby boys that will play my games.
Yeah, who will buy my games without a mom for income or a dad for income? Oh no, the dad will be there for the income. Who cares about the mom if the mom dies during
Well,
childbirth,
it's
isn't it?
certainly easy to be a single father in today's society,
Yeah.
right?
Right, yep.
Mm.
A single parent with a single income. Yep, it's very easy.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah. He'll go into overdraft in his
It's a
bank.
crazy idea,
Doesn't
right?
matter.
I mean, I don't think
To buy his
that the
stupid
locust
book.
elements are going to be able
It's funny
to
that he chooses
control
to interrupt
corporations
his
much
book
longer.
ad with
We're already
YouTube
seeing
ads.
them being pushed back by corporate governance that has realized that this is destroying them economically to support this insanity.
Really?
Oh. It's
You know what's
insane
going
to go on strike. It's insane to try to negotiate with your employers. It's insane to want health care.
You know,
Women choose
asshole.
to die. Choose to die. Just die.
asshole, what's going to be economically destroying to them is people realizing that the corporations don't have their back in healthcare, and they're going to move to other corporations who might be in other states
If you have liberal
where
politics,
they have their backs with healthcare.
if you
That's what's going to destroy them economically, you asshole.
If you have politics that I don't agree with, then you're either in business to make
Fascist.
money, or you're fascist, or you're trying to take over the business to push your ideologue.
Which is it, dude?
What's he doing?
Asshole!
Is he using the ideologue to push his book, or is he using his book to push the ideologue?
He wants his cake and he wants to eat it and shove it up his ass.
I just want to know why what he's doing right this very second is any different from what he's fucking bitching about. It's not. It's not. It's the same.
No wonder he's on. Like, I shouldn't say this. No wonder he's here pitching his fucking book, because he won't survive in a corporate world. He'll never survive there. He will never hold a job. I don't think.
I don't think what thinking is.
But I can tell you one thing, that the corporations are certainly at the point where they're starting to think twice about having hired all of these leftist employees and then having.
What are they going to do?
That's his problem. No, guys, we just got to his problem.
This guy is unfucking believable.
He's mad. He's mad that other people got hired at Wizards and he didn't.
Yep.
He's mad that other people got hired. He wants to work for Wizards so fucking bad that he's gonna come out here championing for Hasbro against the woke left that are trying to screw them over. So then maybe now this is cathartic for him. He feels like he got their goat. They should have hired him.
Oh, that's why he's pitching his book by keeping the complimentary copy he supposedly got besides, and those two books together. Talk about dude, just say buy my book.
Yo,
because
so jelly.
But people won't buy his book unless he demonizes the people who are working for the other book. That's the only way to sell his book. That's what it is. If he doesn't demonize the employees who are manufacturing the other book or are working for the other book, he cannot sell his own book. That's the point. Because apparently being a leftist is gonna decide whether a book is good or not, or whether a subject is good or not. Oh, like, dude, your book is going to be shit. I know it already. It's going to be shit. full of full of stereotypes. I can already see
Oh
for someone who cannot,
no.
for someone who couldn't even come up with his own book name and had to go for medieval adventures on the Silk Road. Yeah, dude, you have no originality. You're not original at all. This is a
Oh
fucking, you like, you
no.
picked up shit from the history and fucking plastered it with D&D. That's nothing. Anyone can do that. You asshole. Anyone who has been playing D&D for a year can do that.
He's legitimately trying to pony off of wanting women to choose to die because
To sell his book.
to sell his book because he's mad he didn't get hired by Wizards. You
Yep.
look me dead in the eye. I'm pulling an Amber Heard. You look me in the eye and tell me that if this man got an offer to work for Wizards, he wouldn't, immediately ignoring their politics
it.
entirely. Sell out.
I'm using the title he chose for his book to highlight that he got it wrong, and it's not original at all. Like, dude, come up with an original timeline for fuck's sake. Like, you had to go. You went and you got
How much
what do you say? Plagiarized history from other countries to do it. I might actually fucking buy. I'm not going to buy his book. I'm going to find a fucking pirated copy of it, and I'm going to read it to find out how good it is. I'm never buying this dude's thing. I'm getting a pirated copy. Stop me if you can, asshole.
Oh my god.
Those leftist employees stab them in the back constantly
Stab them in
while
the back.
trying to alienate
What are they
their
going to do?
actual
Ask them
customers,
whether
their
they're
real
leftist or right wing when they hire them? Like, what? Or are they going to ask him, "What do you think? Should we provide you with healthcare or not?" What?
Bro, listen, Hasbro, we want this. Other people are getting it. You should give it to us. We're gonna go on strike if you don't negotiate with us. That's how the system works. No, they're stabbing them in the back. This is like what he wants, fealty. He wants corporate fealty. Listen, you're a samurai swordsman and you pledge allegiance to the Dungeons and Dragons.
Revolt. And you revolt against the corporate and these leftist fascists. What is
what? No, the leftist the leftist fascists, not me, the fascist who wants authority via via corporation that I just described.
Yeah, nah.
customer base, or well, I mean, in some cases, I guess exterminate their future customers, and
you know who's going to pay for those future customers' toys? Your present customers, your present employees, you asshole. You fucking asshole! He thinks that there are no.
He just called abortion extermination.
And you were getting the heat for calling abortion sorry,
aborting 3-year-olds.
Euthanasia abortion. Yeah. And this is the bullshit this guy came up with.
Okay. Abortion is extermination of Hasbro's of Hasbro's core demographic, said the adult man playing RPGs made and owned by Hasbro.
So, is he trying to say that Hasbro has only kids as a market?
Well, with all those kids and all their money, right?
Money owned by their parents.
No.
Right.
His alignment system includes chaotic woke.
And also,
this is originality.
Making products that are ideologically in line with what leftists want that nobody wants to buy, because leftists don't want to buy it either because they.
Then the strike and a boycott don't matter. This dude doesn't understand how economy and like buying and selling works either, apparently. Like supply and demand, my dude. he's now gone on to the end of nobody wants to buy Dungeons and Dragons anyway because they made it woke. And they didn't change anything. they didn't change anything. There's nothing woke in Dungeons and Dragons. Like I've seen people complain that Dungeons and Dragons isn't woke enough because they were like, well, what if I want to transition? And it's like you can do that. That's in the book. It's in the book. It's in the book.
Yeah.
You can. Nobody's telling you what. Like it's in the book. Read it. Has he read that book? I don't think he's read that book.
I am even doubting that he has.
People are allowed to play
contributed to that
woke
book.
versions of Dungeons and Dragons if they want. Nobody cares. It's their
Yeah.
table. Only you care. Why do you care?
Why do you care so much, dude?
Why do you
Oh, because
fucking
buy my
care?
book.
Because
No, because buy my book.
buy my book, and Wizards didn't hire me. Wah wah snowflake.
In line with what
Let me call
leftists
you a
want that
wambulance.
nobody wants to buy, because leftists don't want to buy it either because they don't care about these things. They care about
What?
Fifth edition did
Hold on.
incredibly well, by the way.
Hold on. So
It is the
Wizards
most
of
expensive tabletop RPG currently.
Wizards of Coast are leftist people stabbing their employers in the back, but they're not interested in Dungeons and Dragons.
And
What?
they're also only there to make money.
What?
Well, they took over the company that they don't care about to push ideologues, or they took over the company because they care about making money. And then this guy's the only guy who truly cares about Dungeons and Dragons, because
Yep.
that's what this is about. Dude, can you get your ego and shove it up your ass? And maybe it will plug up all of the fucking
That's
bullshit
what I
you're
meant
pulling
by
out of
when
it.
I said. That's what I meant by when I
Bruh.
said he wants to have his cake and shove it up his ass too.
are
God.
ideologically in line with what leftists want that nobody wants to buy, because leftists don't want to buy it either because they don't care about these things. They care about the message, but they're not going to buy the product. They were never interested in that to begin with. Their only interest is in hijacking every aspect of culture, including
Oh yeah, me spending
corporate
money
policies,
on that
I
shit
guess,
doesn't
to-
count,
to-
right?
I don't know if you can see my books in the back there. I don't
Yeah.
really care about Dungeons and Dragons. I certainly don't play the game at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't watch Xandria Calamity on YouTube for nothing. Yeah, right. Right.
Critical Role D&D is too left.
Too leftist. We don't care about it.
Critical Role
Wow.
is leftist propaganda.
So his
Matt Mercer's a fascist.
his thing is that if you don't buy shit, you don't care about it. Do you care about D&D, dude? You're selling your own shit. You don't care about D&D. You're selling your own shit. Do you buy that shit? You got a complimentary copy. You couldn't even buy your own copy and
Yeah,
put it
you
beside your
didn't
own.
buy it. You got a complimentary one to humble brag.
So you don't care about it. So why the fuck are you sitting there pitching your shit?
I think he's complaining that a lot of LGBTQ people take up the TTRPG Dungeons and Dragons space because
Oh,
the space
because they're not getting acceptance in the real society outside. So they're trying to find some space where they are accepted for who they are, and it's a
well in D&D
fictional world.
Dungeons and Dragons
where-
that certainly easily allows you to, if you want to play a girl, play a girl. You want to play a boy, play a boy. You want to play asexual robot, play an asexual robot. You want to play a non-binary human, go for it. You want to play a gender fluid orc, sure, go for it.
Yeah.
This guy's like, you can't
How
play
dare
it.
you.
How dare you? You're a man playing a female character. Ooh woo.
How? Yeah, like talk about not being acceptable.
This
of
is the
other
kind of
people.
guy this guy reads to me from like as if he's like from one of those RPG horror stories that's like there was a woman at the table and he's the DM and he's trying to get with them, so he keeps trying to like force a romance, and then eventually like fucking rapes them, like rapes their character. And it's just like, and then it's just like, why does this? It's part of the game. Why is she against it? And it's like, bruh, the whole
Consent
point
matters.
is consenting to play the game, dude.
Yeah.
It's not
If you don't want
it's not
to play-
complicated.
if you don't want to play with sexual fluid or gender fluid characters, that's up to you. You can
Yeah.
tell people, okay, I'm not gonna play with you. Go find someone you can
But
play
then
with.
they'll call me an asshole and a bigot. Well, your reasoning for not wanting to play them is kind of bullshit.
He's already exposed himself as an asshole and a bigot right here in this whole fucking paragraph he just ranted out. He doesn't like progressive topics, and he's not even a conservative. He's a straight up asshole who doesn't like progressive topics at all. And
Push forward
and
their agendas. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, that's definitely
So,
not what you're
yeah.
doing.
You know,
yeah,
you guys are reaping what you sow over there in Hasbro from the people that you hired. You're going to have to.
You didn't hire me, so you deserve it, even though
You
I'm saying they're
suffer.
wrong for doing it. Well, if they deserve it, then why are they wrong for doing it? You can't have it both ways. Pick a lane. Either the people doing it are in the wrong for doing it to Hasbro, or the people are in the right for doing it to Hasbro because they didn't hire you. Pick a lane.
No.
He's swerving all over
people
the road. Somebody take this guy's driver's license
people
away
are-
if he has one.
People are wrong for doing it to Hasbro, but Hasbro deserves it because they didn't hire me. That's what his shit is.
Yeah.
That's what his shit is.
Wizards of the Coast didn't hire me.
You know, if you had hired me, you wouldn't have had people, coming up with a 1-day strike, I would have stopped that 1-day strike all by myself, and protected Hasbro.
He's like
from
leaving messages
from the
on
leftist agenda.
He's leaving messages on Wizards of the Coast voicemail. I could be a hero, baby. I could take away your pain.
Really rethink what you want to do about that, and you could just keep letting yourselves be held hostage by these people, or you could reject them and go back through recreating an employee base and a customer base of people that actually enjoy the things you're actually meant to be selling us,
meant to be selling. You entitled piece of shit.
What is it called? What caravan is it? Sorry.
What was that about absolutists? And what was that about fascism? It's this company's job to provide this thing that they're supposed to be making for me. Wow.
God.
Wow. Wow. Listen, guys, there's this type of ice cream that I don't like the flavor of, and this company makes up. I've been betrayed.
Us, making products for people that want to play with your products and want to appreciate your products for what they are, and not because they want some ridiculously undereducated college graduate who thinks that they're overeducated to try to teach them something that nobody wants. And that
what are your qualifications? Okay, now he's talking about qualifications. Bitch, what are your qualifications? Are you a PhD? You better not be less than a PhD, you motherfucker.
Wait, he said that he helped with Dungeons and Dragons. That means he's responsible to a degree for what they put out. Meaning the thing he's complaining about is something he was a part of and did.
No. But he's complaining about
arrogance coming off this man.
You better not be less than a PhD, you dumb motherfucker. God, I fucking dare you. What are his qualifications? I want to know.
I gotta keep going because we gotta get to the end of this.
I'm not taking it serious till he puts out his qualifications. What are your qualifications, you asshole?
God, this guy's attitude is so fucking entitled. Milady, women owe me sex.
That would be the solution here, Hasbro, is don't cave to these people.
And hire me.
I thought you said they weren't doing anything. Caving would mean that they're doing something, wouldn't it?
He's saying don't do anything further, like don't respond to this.
Right, but caving means that they're holding something.
Yeah,
meaning that they're doing something. But he said they didn't do anything. The words this man speaks undermine everything he says and expose him real bad to the point where I may
You know
have to start
how much
censoring the
is
video.
how much his book costs? Do you know how much his book costs?
His book? No, I have no idea.
$100, $100 to
Holy
$113.
shit! Is it for like? Wait. Oh, okay. Hold on. Before I
I'm
react
looking
like
at.
that, is it $130 and that includes everything you need to play? Because for D&D you need 3 books and there were $60 a piece, give or take.
No, I don't know. It just says it's a one PDF, Swords and Caravan. That's all it says, and it's I don't know if it's New Zealand dollars or if it's US dollars. Even if I convert that, it's I'm looking at 113, right? Even if that's New Zealand dollars, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's still almost 70 US dollars.
So he's charging more than a standard D&D book.
Yeah, $70 for a book, for a fucking useless book.
For
We
a-
don't know whether it's worth
for
buying
the-
it or not.
For the PDF.
For the PDF,
Yeah.
not even the. Hold on, is it PDF?
You said PDF when you read it off.
Yeah. So, like, dude, seriously? Ugh.
You're welcome for the free advertisement, by the way.
Don't buy his book.
Change course back to sanity, because
To
you're
sanity.
right, Hasbro, you have no business commenting on this publicly. There's no reason why you should comment on this publicly. And
Because
the people
I
that are
don't like
demanding that
abortion,
you
so
do are people
Hasbro
that
shouldn't
want you
talk
to fail.
about it.
They hate you. They work for you. They take your money, but they hate you.
What?
Yes,
I'm
that's
just
everything
keep
for
going.
today.
They
Keep
work
going.
If
for
you like
you.
this video, please share it.
Oh, okay, he's done. Thank God.
He's done.
I don't know what else he's
So
gonna say
he's
after
telling
this.
Hasbro that their employees hate him for wanting healthcare. What?
He's so special, Manya.
He's a special boy.
He's so special. He's going to save Dungeons and Dragons because he's part of the group of people. He's the only one who truly cares. All of those LGBTQ plus creators, all of the people that create and make art and do cosplay and write songs and write music and do animations and play games and stream their games, those women that are part of that, fuck them. He's the only one who cares.
Those undergraduates who are working towards graduation, fuck them, because I'm a man who's talking about abortion while I smoke from a
Wizards
stupid fucking
didn't
smoking pipe.
hire me, and I know the most, and I am the biggest D&D. I love you so much, Hasbro. Fuck me in the ass, Hasbro, please. Please, Hasbro. I'll take good care of you, I promise. I'll never disagree with you ever. You want me to lick your boots and eat your shit? Hasbro.
So this guy went through 3 stages. One of like begging, and then one of like, how dare you deserve what you're getting, and then again
he's abusive. He's treating Hasbro like he's
abused girlfriend.
Abused girlfriend. God damn it!
Those 3 stages: being a pleaser, and then being a
he
fucking
love bombs
mocker,
them, then he mocks
love
them, then
bombs.
he turns around and
Yeah.
says, "Come be with me. Come be better than you could ever be. I'll take good care of you. I promise." As I shit on you. Fucking Christ, dude. All right, that's enough for today. We'll take another time. We'll take a look at what Wizards for Justice is actually saying, because I did promise that, but we are well past time. So,
okay.
I mean, how long is this? Yeah, it's 11 tweets long. What they were actually saying and what they were getting at, as well
So why is
with
it so
pictures that
expensive?
actually say more.
So EMP is saying that on SIE the PDF is for $15. Why is it so expensive in America? Maybe it's a hard copy. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, the book
Possible.
that he has is hard copy.
Yeah, so hard copies might be available. It might be the PDF that's $15.
$15
Yeah,
is
the
way more
hardcover.
reasonable.
Yeah, but I'm still not giving him $15. I'll find a pirated
So,
copy somewhere.
Yeah, special thanks to Alicia for bringing this to me. I hate you too. I appreciate it.
In a loving way. In a loving way.
Maybe we'll see another from this guy at some point. I hope not. You could check out his book if you want.
Hey, come on. Come on, it was fun. I would love to hear more from him.
I feel like having a conversation with this guy would be a trip.
Nails on
So
chalkboard.
I do run a different show called Debate Hub, and I will formally invite you, as of right now, if you ever see this, you are formally invited to actually maybe come on and have a more. This was very mocky. We'll have a legitimate conversation with you and maybe debate about this a little bit and kind of what your views are and why the fuck you think you do. Why do you think you know the things that you think you know that you clearly don't? But tomorrow is Sunday. My birthday's coming up, so my birthday stream will be tomorrow, and that will take place late on Sunday, sometime probably after 9 p.m. on Sunday Eastern Time. So if you want to come and join me for my birthday, come and do that. We will stay live until it is actually my birthday, which is Monday. I will not be around on Monday. I may be around on Tuesday. I'm not sure what's going on. And then Wednesday, we will be on with Trevor Vale to talk about D&D because, I'm the only one who truly cares about Dungeons and Dragons. Only I know the true way. So if you actually care about Dungeons and Dragons, whatever your political affiliation is, feel free to come on by. Depending on your political affiliation, though, you might get shit on. I make no promises. So, also, we got a bunch going on. Tell you what, subscribe and hit the bell because there's already a bunch of other stuff also scheduled. So go and check out the main page. Like the channel page, it shows the scheduled streams showing. Oh, hi, Puck. Did you decide to come by just for the end of the stream? Hi, buddy.
Aww.
He's a good boy.
He's a very good boy.
Boop, boop, boop. All right, and we will.
He must have given you a lot of company yesterday when the internet was down.
We were just napping. We were just sleeping. All right, let's. Manya, what do you got going on? You got anything going on?
I want to know what qualifications does this guy have? And if it's anything less than a PhD, then I don't take him seriously anymore. The way he tried to go after undergraduates. Fuck you. Fuck you from a postgraduate. Fuck you. And I kind of am interested in his book. I'll find a pirated copy. I'm not buying his copy. But he couldn't even come up with an original timeline for his book. That he had to pick it up from history, medieval adventures on the Silk Road. Like, dude, come up with something more original, can ya? And stop using social issues to pitch your shit. Alright? If it's good, it's gonna sell
itself.
Yeah,
this was kind of dirty. This was kind of dirty. Not gonna lie.
Very dirty.
I don't know if you want to tie... I don't know if it's a good PR move to tie your book to telling women that they should choose to die. And I mean, I guess it matches the historical context of his book. Women aren't people.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck off, dude.
And okay, one last thing.
Yeah.
And study economics and how legislation affects, especially healthcare legislation affects corporations and economics.
How about just Google search abortion?
Get educated, you moron.
Just Google search abortion.
Get educated, you moron.
All right.
Before going on rants like these.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys. I'm gonna get something to eat, and I'll see you guys in an hour and a half to talk about guns with Jeff Holiday and Egghead. Dang. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. So Debate Hub, Debate Hub in an hour and a half, 6 p.m. EST. I'll see you guys soon. Yeah. Fuck off, dude. Bye.
Bye.